Hello there, folks. Hatman here, and I hope you're having a lovely day. We're gonna play American Revolution once again, and we're just gonna go to where we stopped before. Just give me a second. I want to check if everything is working well or not. There is a small delay between what you see and what I see. What you see and what I see. Okay, I just wanted to check for a second to see if the sound is there, if everything is there. Well, guys, in the previous session, we did something interesting. The session number 1, it was very easy, no problems whatsoever. In the second session, we had tremendous issues. Why? Well, first, we were a bit late to start off our Canadian campaign, but we were able to take Montreal without major hiccups. Then we received notification to there will be a naval invasion, so we retreated with our entire force, and we expected enemies to land, I don't know, in Boston, in Newport, I don't know, New Haven. The problem is that enemies did not land there at all, and it was kind of bad. They landed in it was like Fort Halifax or Fort George, about these forts, I forgot. And it was in enemy hands already. So by the time we mastered our forces and moved to Falmouth, we had like 7,000 and they had over 7,000 defending the fort. And there is no way we can take on that kind of British army because they're huge in numbers. They are huge in the quality of the men, quality of their equipment. So we opted out of it. And then we left a small garrison, about 2,000 men, with Benedict Arnold in Falmouth, where the bulk of our troops actually was to the north. What happened was that the enemies decided, okay, you're up in the north, and they steamrolled Falmouth, killing Benedict Arnold, and they took pretty much everything here. They took Lyman, Falmouth, Portsmouth, Salem, Fort Stephens, and we were in a really bad spot because we were fighting for life and death around Quebec. If we didn't take Quebec, that would be the end of the campaign probably. But luckily, we were able to survive, and now we are here. We returned back. We defeated the enemies because now they were like overstretched. They had to defend a large area of or large ground. So that's pretty much it. There was again a naval invasion in New Haven, and after some time we were able to push them back into the sea. Now it's January 1st of 76, and I think we have until August 12th to kind of recover, and this is when the New York campaign will open up, if I remember correctly. But do not quote me on this one. We actually acquired the second general. We have General von Steuben. And our job today would be first to take Fort Frank, if we can, Fort Halifax, Fort Pownal, and Castine. About other cities, I'm not sure if we can take them and hold them. It will be kind of tricky, but we will see what we can do there. So let me check. Let's see if we can do some construction, though. We have a lot of materials. I did not notice. How big is our 73.5 per week? I'm gonna stick with this one for the time being, even though I didn't want to build it. It was a mistake. Should we go with this one? How about in Boston? Leicester. We could probably go with this one. In Salem, like tax office, I don't think it pays off to build because population is so small. Like, you're not gonna get a lot of money by building it. So we probably should go with something else. Like blacksmith. It might be a bit better. How about here? Yeah, I guess we can do this one. Let me check here. Is everything okay? We are doing some construction on this side. Here, we're also beefing up construction. And we're gonna wait a little bit, or we don't even have to do that. Let's shift it elsewhere. We can go here. Because this region has 2 settlements, Fort Rice and Bennington, I think we can pull it off here. I think it will be better. So let's go to construction, and let's select somebody that will lead that construction. 2.6. Okay, that's good. Not too shabby. Hello, guys. Feel free to say hello. What should we do here? Should we wait? Okay, we're just gonna wait for some time. When it comes to army, though, what do we have here? We have some guys over there. We have these guys, but we cannot replenish Morgan rifles. This is a special unit that should come as a DLC. Oh, hi, Ethan. I actually like it very much. I had only one bug during this playthrough. But I like it very much. I think it's in a pretty good shape right now. Let me check. How do you feel about the game? Are you playing it yourself, or you haven't decided yet to buy it or not? Oh, we could upgrade this one. We'll take some time, but we'll pay benefits or pay dividends, or however you call it. We can wait. Like, we're very short on money, and it's Monday, so we're just gonna wait. The problem is that we don't have supplies. Let me check the state of supplies provisions, actually. 49 here. We can also beef you up, guys. Maybe we can get some artillery, maybe 4-pounders would be okay. Some additional construction can be done. But I'm not sure if we should do this one. Let's do that. We're gonna speed it up slightly. And we're probably gonna keep General von Steuben in the south while we use our better General Washington in the north. Yeah, it's got much better than before. I'm not sure why game has such a bad Steam reviews. Maybe because of the price. I think the price might be the biggest reason. We're gonna go to Salem. Yeah, I think that people feel really bad about the price. Because if we're being honest, only one campaign, no multiplayer. Like, it's not the best. We can go here. We can finally get mortar companies. See how heavy the casualties are from attrition. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I think that every day should be like one construction report. Like, some people say, okay, it's not the end of the world. It's not that much money. It's inflation, and all the games are more expensive. I agree, to be honest. But if they put it like 30, 35, I would always recommend it. Like this, I think it's more optional if you're gonna play the game or not. We're gonna have some of the guys from Boston as well join the parade. You guys gonna join? I also like that they changed it, so now basically you get You can form a brigade easily. Before that, you had to click, like, you have 4 units and you click once and twice and 3 times to form a brigade. But now it's everything is so quick, and I like it. Do you know anything about British campaign? I think the British campaign could be even better than the American because you have more options. You're on the offensive, so I think it could be interesting depending on how they approach the campaign. I think could be really, really good. Let me check production though, real quick. We have 8 production points, actually 6. So maybe we should be considering building a factory somewhere. I'd like to see it here, and I'm also gonna spend some extra cash on this side. Let's risk it. We need more infrastructure. It's really that simple. Maybe we can speed it up. October of 76? When was the actual British invasion of New York? It's like August 12th or something. I think it was in August of 76. But it's been like a month and a half since I played this part of the campaign. So I forgot. Wait, where are my professionals? Where is the Fusilier company? Oh, here they are. They're coming in. I got scared that they disappeared somewhere. Oh, hi Mark. How are you, man? I hope you guys had a lovely day. Here was very bad to start the day off. Like it was kind of rainy and foggy and I don't know, like with a lot of clouds. Now it's kind of better. I think it's sunny and not too hot. So I like this early period of summer or spring. That's my favorite. Damn it, they have a really big garrison here. But it's only a level 1 fort, so a lot of them gonna be outside of the fort, and this is where we're gonna kick their asses. My worry is that we have lack of supplies. But join the brigade. 12,000 soldiers to Hempstead? Really? Common sense, commander-in-chief, department research time for 60 days. Okay, that's cool. I'm actually gonna make a proper review of the game. I started last night to work on the script, but you know, it takes a long time. I don't have much experience with reviews. Where the hell are you going back? We're gonna have to wait for reinforcements. They have a very depleted, well, basically one company of cavalry. Nothing substantial. I think that they have 3 invasions, if I'm correct, right? Like, New York has 1 British invasion, then there are Hessians. They basically have no cav, no arty, only only foot soldiers, and there is like a third invasion after that. I think it's about like 20,000 men. Let's start, and what do we do with our guys? They have some cannons outside. They have some cav. I think we're gonna play more passive. We probably could beat them even like this, but I'm just gonna wait for my reinforcements to arrive. I don't think it's particularly safe to go after them. They might come after us though. And this is kind of bad position for the arty because the forest is just in front of us. So if we move forward, we're gonna be engaged by the enemy. So, I don't like it. I don't like the positioning. Nah, I'm gonna put it just like this. Ahead, so if they come close, they will be canistered. Maybe we should combine them again. Just easier to navigate. I know it's not smart. If we talk about their combat effectiveness, it usually doesn't pay off, but when you have a big army, it's okay. And this is another feature that I dislike because they belong to different regiments. You cannot really... You can actually stay there. You cannot kind of group them up. Here, we can do this one. And... come on. Just a little bit longer. Let's start. Not sure though how long do we have to wait. Actually, you guys can be here. You guys can be there, and these guys can stand on the flank. Here everything is okay. We're just gonna do this, I believe, and we're gonna move you there. So if enemies are firing, they're gonna fire our skirmishers. They're not really valuable. I'm not sure how you guys feel about these guys. Minutemen are not that bad, just because they have an option to retreat if they're being charged upon. But like, I feel like they don't do any damage, especially not with civilian muskets. Let's wait a bit more. Oh, you guys can actually move up. Our supply regiment is not in a good spot. Like, they have no provisions, they have very low ammo, so they're not gonna help us a lot. Okay, these guys are here. But how did they spawn in the middle of nowhere? Let me do this one. They're completely exhausted. Okay, they can rest. This is a siege battle. So we are the ones to dictate the tempo. We're not gonna send them in combat tired. Come on. Oh my god, I clicked to connect them when they were already connected. You guys can also join in. And we're gonna have these two as well. I think that's pretty much it. We have our full force. You can see the bar is greatly in our favor. Just gonna wait for these guys to... Let's speed it up. It will take forever for them to reorganize. We're gonna have a bunch of these guys, and they're gonna go on this side. we need to do some flanking. Let's select those guys. You're gonna move up. Probably gonna go behind them, and we're gonna probably put our militia to fight first. Oh, these guys are our reinforcements as well. So let's put them in a position. Then you guys can actually expand the flank even more. Oh ho! We're gonna do this. You guys gonna hold. You're gonna push up. You guys can go back. Yeah, we're gonna encamp here. They are being aggressive. We're gonna send George Washington, and we're gonna send our reserves as well to stay close in case our militia would stop being useful and flee. With militia, you're never safe. You guys gotta hit them in the flank. I'm gonna cut them off here. And these guys in a really good position to cut them off. How far is the fort? Like, what the hell is the fort? Oh, it's here. And we're gonna try to do that. You guys hold. We're gonna hold as well. Go into the gap. Our cannons are very far. That means that they're not gonna be effective. Not gonna be very effective. They're gonna do some damage and, you know, hit their morale, but come on, can we try to run? They're pushing hard here, and they probably have a chance to force our guys to retreat. They cannot defeat us, but they can do some harm. Maybe you guys actually go there to the flank, and we gonna use you here. We're flanking them successfully. Let me try to charge in. Yeah, they have no stamina. Okay, that's a friendly canister as well. You guys gonna push up. Really gonna roll them over. There's gonna be a canister. Yep. These guys are captured, and we're gonna keep pushing. You guys can charge in. Should we be more aggressive on this flank as well? Yeah, let's try to push our luck. The closer we come, the better it will be for us, because they have superior guns. That's for sure. At the bigger distances, better guns perform better. When you kind of close up the gap, they're still gonna do more damage to us, but we're gonna have a much better chance of killing them, even with our civilian muskets. We're approaching the fort. Come on. Should have pressured them here sooner. Now they're retreating towards the fort. So we succeeded somewhat in our plan, but, you know, they still managed to retreat somewhat. They took heavy casualties, but they managed to retreat. Okay, this unit is no more. They shattered completely. But now we are way too close. And yeah, I think that we should fall back a little bit. You guys can actually push. You guys can go to the right flank. We have to surround the fort. This is the way to take the fort. Just... What the hell? Come on. It's a very small unit. I believe that their cav was gone, but seems like they saved it for the end. Our Minutemen are not that important. They don't have good guns. They're not gonna do much harm to the enemy, so we mostly use them for scouting, if nothing else. Let's move up with our artillery, and we do have a lot of artillery. Too bad that we cannot get mortars. We captured a lot of mortars, but we cannot employ them in our regiments just because we have no technology. I'm researching it now, but it will take like a month or two until we can get it. These guys are captured. Okay, their cav is gone as well. There are armies here, but with no guns, and they're useless. I'm gonna send you guys more to the left. George Washington is coming in to kind of cheer the crowd. Did we get additional reinforcements? No, these are the guys that I already pushed there. So you guys gonna go way behind. In case they try to flee, we're gonna wait for them. Look at this. Okay. It seems like they only have one cannon that can fire. The other one is inside. Oh, come on. I was really hoping we're gonna have a proper fort battle. Cowards. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna push our men forward. And we're gonna try to capture as many of the enemies as possible. Graves will flee. We have no cav. We cannot pursue. Oh, hi, Paul. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. We have a couple of more months, and I'm just gonna focus here in the northeast. These guys are getting flanked. Okay. Let's speed it up. It's gonna take forever. Okay, it's not the end of the world. They're gonna escape, but not too bad. We started off well, and next forts should be easier to take. Let's continue to push. What is the situation for George? we still need some garrison inside. We're gonna go to Fort Frank. Come on, guys. George Washington, please continue. One of the reasons why we do winter campaign is because I want to finish things before New York invasions, and also because we need some more supplies. I'm afraid we're gonna starve until, you know, the end of the winter. So these are two major reasons why we do what we do. We can speed up research. Everything is okay with bounty, with salaries. I think I'm gonna speed this up. You guys gotta move up. Come on. Let's go, boys. 1,400 men. 1,500 men. And we probably should take Lemon. We're getting some more money. And we're gonna go right over here and start working on the Brown Besses. I think this is probably the best gun in the game, or very close to a best gun in the game. And the reason why I'm selecting Spanish to be my allies this time around, even though it's not historic, is because Spanish 55s are easier to come by. To get French muskets, Charleville 66, I think it takes like 180 days. So for this time to research, it takes a long time to research, but also you could be researching other stuff like carbines, hunter rifles, Pennsylvania 77, which is an amazing rifle for your skirmishers. You could get this one to get Fur Factory to get a lot of money. So I think that going for Charleville 66 doesn't pay off. So this is why I'm opting for Spanish reinforcements, and when they do take attrition and they do die, we will be able to replenish them. And you cannot change their weapons. When you get like foreign armies, you cannot alter their weapon composition. So this is why I'm choosing Spanish as my allies. I think it's smarter, it's easier, even though it's not historically accurate. Let's go for Fort Halifax. Yeah, we should, only one battery. Should not be a problem. And now it's good to pressure them, because the more time you give them, they're gonna recover their casualties over time. And they're gonna, kind of drain the population of these settlements. So, the more you pressure them now, the less time they have to recover. This is such a bad map. Look at the depression here, or the hill on top. So these guys are pretty much useless at the start. We're gonna have to send these guys. Come on. Have to organize better. They belong to the... yeah. Different brigade. Let me check here. This is where the bulk of our troops are. Look at the numbers. We're missing a lot of soldiers in our companies, but it's winter season. We're on campaign, and to be expected that attrition will be high. I think the attrition used to be much worse. Like, you would lose a couple of men just trying to form a brigade immediately, like 2 or 3 per company. It was terrible. They improved it a little bit. You guys gonna do this. We're gonna have all of you. How about the looks? Let's start. We will try to flank them. We might decide to retreat, though. Will be interesting. And we're gonna push you up the hill. Just want to make sure that it's safe. We do not want to lose our batteries because we don't really produce them. And it will be very difficult to replenish the losses. Guys, you can consider liking and sharing the link. Would mean a lot to me. Yeah, we'll invite a lot of people to watch the stream, actually. Come on, canister. There's no canister, so we're just gonna push like this. You have to be careful how you use your artillery, because canister rounds can kill your own men. It can kill them big time. Let's speed it up. I think we're getting some reinforcements. No, this is our supply regiment. We're gonna push you here. We're gonna move behind. And now we're getting that reinforcements that was promised. These guys gonna go here. Way to the back of the line. And I'm not sure if these guys gonna break. What do you guys think? I just wish they sometimes stand and fight. Till the last man. We're being harassed on the approach. The important thing is they have no mortars. Mortars are very, very dangerous. Do you find howitzers useful? I don't. Like, I used them a few times. I tested them and I couldn't see any differences between, like, field guns and howitzers. They kind of look the same. They even fire the same. Like, I did not see any difference in trajectory of the shot, or... People say they're better against fortifications, but I did not see a lot of killing potential with them. Only if you use kind of canister, they can kill a lot of people. But otherwise, they're not that great. Maybe you guys have... I don't know, I haven't played since a lot of patches, so I do not know how to feel about it, but... I think that howitzers are not worth the investment. They're not very expensive to produce, but they're expensive in a sense that it takes a long time to actually to research them properly. Now we're gonna hold where we are. With these guys, should we move forward? Yeah, I think so. We should be moving forward. These guys gonna be flanking. Getting to their rear, so this is probably where they're gonna try to escape. You guys can move up as well. We're gonna have you here. Come on. George Washington can come close. These guys are surrendering already. I think they're gonna break anytime soon now. They took some really heavy casualties during the course of the battle. You guys get there. We're gonna be in kind of a reserve position on this side. Hold, hold, hold. Their arty's moving up, but so are we. Let's do this one. Let's do this one as well. Yep. Come on. We gotta kill their general. Nah, that was friendly fire. Hold. He's gonna run away. Let's speed it up. You guys can stop firing. We're gonna save some ammo because we need more forts to conquer. Yeah, we have to be patient. We're winning here. Come on, just a little bit more. I want to kill him. I don't think they can flee. The general can flee. Enemy general can only be killed, I believe. I was wrong. He managed to escape. Oh, no, he did not. Luckily for us. Let's go back. Only 200 casualties. As I said, we're going to take more casualties just from walking in the middle of nowhere during the winter season. Attrition is real. Let's continue. You guys can actually go to Fort Pownell. You as well. We're gonna take Fort Halifax. Fort Frank is in a bad spot. And we also should save some money because of the events. We have to pay for the Defense of New York donation. We're gonna take Castine for sure, but I'm not sure if we should go up north with these ones. Light warships. We're not gonna spend a reputation for this one. I do not think it's worth it, but we can also do some construction management. And we're gonna probably start building some factories. 4 out of 4 here. So we're gonna build some logistics. When you build logistics, you kind of expand your building roster. So it's not gonna be 4 out of 4, it's gonna be more. We could build it here. But maybe we also need to build some supplies, some provisions. What do we do exactly? Let's do this, and we have no more. 30? Yeah, it's too expensive. Then we can build this one. This is a military infrastructure, and it will kind of increase the number of regiments you can have. It's probably the cheapest one of all the infrastructure projects. You're gonna leave the brigade, and we're gonna join the Gary. You guys gonna take this loot, and we're gonna go after Fort Pownell. Not sure if we even have to fight here. Things are getting worse with our Spanish friends. Come on. Open fire and charge. You guys gonna do the same. I think we can push them back, especially with George Washington here. Hype on us. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. If you lose this one... Oh, okay. It's good. Run! Run, Georgie, run! We're gonna go after Castine. And that should be it. Come on. You guys move up. Hit them in the flank. Do we really have to fight this one manually? You see how condition is worse? Because it's winter. And I hate to see this, that they're just gonna run away. They shouldn't be able to. Perfect. Come on. Excellent. They surrendered. It's middle of January. Again, the same thing. We have nothing else. How about headquarters? We haven't seen this one in a while. Maybe no. How about Quartermaster Chief? Can we do something here? Whenever you can upgrade your guys, whenever you can get a better guy here in the position, that basically means that your timer here for the technology will speed up. This one is 76 and 32, 69 and 29. So let's remember 57 days, 56 days. And not much of a difference, but okay. We can live with that. It's better than nothing. If nothing else can save you up some reputation points. How about here? I don't think we can get a better guy for chief engineer. Yeah, we cannot. Realistically, we cannot. Dexterity. Okay, this is for sailing, but because we're not sailing, we're fighting on foot. Okay, well, let me check. You gonna... What the hell? Luck. I don't think this is luck. We're gonna have you leave brigade. Gonna go to Castine. You guys gonna go to Fort Pownell, and George Washington will move there. Do we try to capture this? I'm not sure we're gonna be able to hold it. This is my biggest concern. We have no stamina to charge in. We could break them easily. We're gonna give them some iron. Let me check here, though. Are we getting our construction? Yep. In Saratoga and Albany. Merchant stall. We're gonna need more money. Here, we're gonna use stable, maybe. On this side, lumber mill. And Fort Rice. How are you losing, man? Have no idea. We lost so many men here. What kind of... these are brown best 69. There is no way we're gonna pay for that. We can go for Noriwook. But should we? It's really risky. We gotta move up. We have some reserves. What is the problem here? What kind of guns do you guys have? The 3-pounders. We're gonna go for 6-pounders, of course. And we don't have a lot of money. That's it. We have 2,000 men here, and we're gonna have... so basically we have about 5,000 men in this area. What the hell? Just gonna demolish this. We're gonna go for fur trader, and here we're gonna go for fur trader as well. And we're gonna assign you an officer to help with construction because they're never gonna finish that. How about you, my friend? Maybe not the best. Even worse. Okay, this is the guy. So we're paying about 500 per week for this assistance, quote unquote. But this will increase their construction points by like 2.5. Instead of like 1 or 0.1, 0.2 or 3, we are getting much, much more. We're going to get this in 8 days. But without it, if we turn it off, 84 days. Huge difference. And this is what is bringing you the money. Like the way to survive in the late game, as your army gonna get bigger and bigger all the time. But also, if you go to headquarters, you will have to increase salary. As the time passes by, the salary will go up. The same as bounty. You're gonna have bigger expenses. And the only way to survive basically is to sell your goods. Like textiles, furs are number 1 on that list. You can make so much money. Then rum, cigarettes. We can see that we have no provisions in the stocks. We do have provisions on the ground, like in our forts, in our cities. We have some supplies left, but we have no supplies in the imaginary stockpile, if that makes sense. When you see ammo in storage, we have nothing. So we do have ammo different places, but we do not have it in an imaginary place. So maybe we should actually go to production and let me check supply. We're gonna go for ammunition. We're gonna get 4 per day. The way ammo works is that it will spawn from your provincial capital. So you're gonna spawn from Boston, and you're gonna go to like Salem or Leicester. The same is here. Like in Hartford, you're gonna go to New Haven every day. You're gonna see like a small carriage carrying the ammo. So yeah, if sometimes you're asking yourself, okay, I have a lot of ammo in the stocks, but I don't really use it. It's because of this. You need to build ammo dumps. We're gonna go with fur trade as well, because here we have to keep garrisons, regardless of what kind of buildings we construct. We have to occupy these forts just because they're so precious for us, and we're gonna have at least 1 regiment in every single one of them. Building more wagons, yes, for your army. Like, you can build wagons for your supply regiments, but Otherwise, they're not gonna do anything. The way your wagons move faster, or you have more of them, is if you go to construction management and you go to logistics. We're building one infrastructure in Hartford, so basically, not only you get additional slots for your buildings here, but you also get your supplies to move faster, if that makes sense. So infrastructure here plays double role. To move supplies, provisions, and ammo faster, but also to increase the number of available slots for buildings. That's it. This is how you solve your lack of ammo in the cities. But with your army, you're always gonna need supply regiment. The only problem now is that there is nowhere to get ammo or supplies because it's winter season. And we don't really have production of ammo. But we can capture these guys for sure. I'm afraid that my army is too small. That's one of the biggest concerns. But nevertheless, let's move up. Guys, do we play the other games? Damn it. Our guys are depleted big time. These provisions are okay. Probably should fight this manually. Come on. Just because we're suffering heavy losses, so we probably should fight manually, as we said. To avoid any further problems. We got a new sub. Thank you guys for subbing. I appreciate it. Let me check though. I hope that everything's okay with the stream. I hope that the visuals are somewhat good, because my internet is trashy. I have a good graphics card and is using a new AV1 encoder, but my internet is really bad. So I would like to kind of stream in 2K or something like that, the same as my videos are in 2K usually. But the problem is that, you know, my internet is so bad. You would see like a slideshow. You guys gonna move up? We actually gonna connect you as well. Maybe even you guys, just to simplify. You can go to the flank. We're gonna have a battery here. The problem is that they're anchored really well. It's a very bad terrain for the attacker here, but we're gonna go to the right flank. And with these guys, we have to kind of go here. One of the regiments should... No, you're gonna stay there. And slowly open fire. Our guys are so tired. Let's move up here. We're gonna move here. I don't like to move through water because it slows your men down. I'm not sure if there are any other debuffs, but definitely can slow your men down. We're gonna hold for the time being. And you guys gonna move forward. These guys gonna just destroy them. I probably should move up. You guys as well. These are grenadiers. Too bad they're gonna escape. We're gonna hold fire. Let's speed it up. These guys have 2 chevrons. Come on. They're trying to recapture their fellow comrades, but we're just running away. When the unit card is kind of flashing like this, that means that if the enemy unit comes close to them, they will go back to being the enemies once again. So we have to kind of keep them away from the enemy units. Let's go back. 38 casualties. I hope they surrender here. Yep, they did. You're gonna leave brigade and you're gonna stand there while the rest of us would continue to move north. I don't see really the point of these guys, so I'm gonna put them back to the fort. And we're gonna move up. It's Monday. Let me check construction real quick. Especially in the places where we are paying construction bonuses. So we want to make sure that something is being constructed as we speak. We could pay for town hall, but that's a lot of money. Like, these upgrades are very expensive. And I'm not sure if they're worth it right now. We have enough specialists, and usually have lower specialists during the winter and maybe higher recruitment in summer. Let me check here, though. Everything is okay. How about here? We're going to pull this off. We're going to also pay for fur. I guess we should go for printing press. This will increase our loyalty over time. If you already have some loyalty buffs, this will really increase the loyalty. Here, though, we should probably go with merchant stalls. They give you direct income. More money is always better. With this one, we could go for Weaver's House. I don't see anything else that I should do. As we said, tax office is okay, but only if you have big population center, and Quebec has like less than 7,000. It makes a lot of sense in New Haven, 20,000 men, or Hartford's like 13,000, 14,000. This was like 22,000 when we started off, but due to the casualties and replenishment, this is where we actually get our armies from, recruitment center. This is why it's so bad. Boston is 15,000. Oh, hi, Wolf. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Guys, if you're into car racing, this is my friend, Wolf, and he has a channel, so you can check him out. Let me check. We're gonna go for plus 10 firearms efficiency and 10% reload speed. That is pretty neat. We're gonna move here, and we're gonna move with George Washington as well. This might trigger the event, though. Yeah, like maybe we should go back. Actually, we're gonna go back. If you take too many towns, like they have only 3 left, this could trigger an event when you have to fight like armies to the northeast and kind of north of Canada, Quebec, other areas. We are currently not in a position to do so. On neither flank. Here, it's not that good. Let me check though. We can we're gonna work towards textile mill. So this will be naval facilities will be next. As I said before, I don't really value naval combat as much. You can have some ships, that's not a problem. People say it's really fun, but I kind of never liked it in any game. This is the reason why I stay away from it. Massachusetts Bay. We have no issues here. It's not that bad. What can we build here? Maybe this one? Per trade. Currently, a problem, financial problem is that we are building a lot of stuff and we're paying for a lot of officers to boost up the construction speed. I'm actually gonna take these guys and we're gonna go back to Boston. And with those guys, I'm not sure what we should do. We're gonna disband the brigade. You guys gonna go to Fort Pownell. These guys gonna go to Fort Halifax. Sylvester. Fort Frank. And later we're gonna try to improve the fort. It's a stockade right now. We're gonna build like level 2 fort or level 3 later. But in order to do so, we need to go into a research. It will take some time though. The big question is now, do we recruit some additional regiments? You're not gonna do that. Trusted career. We're gonna get some extra ammo, and we're gonna get out George Washington. We're gonna have on Steuben. We're gonna give him his own speed is also critical sometimes, especially because we're lacking one general. But I think the command radius is probably the most important one. And Steuben. Sons of Liberty. I don't think that's a very important technology to research. Will give us some extra money, but I don't think it's that big. We could probably go with a church here. Nothing regarding us. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. We will see. You can see the taxes are affecting our loyalty quite a bit. And you should not be increasing taxes unless you're able to to control loyalty. This one is very interesting. So, formal enlistment. Faced with a shortage of manpower and pressing need for additional troops, the Continental Congress made a controversial decision to allow enslaved individuals to enlist in the Continental Army. Enslaved individuals who choose to enlist are promised freedom for their service and are integrated into existing regiments. So this will be really interesting. To get like cheaper manpower will be really good. I think that they perform exactly the same as your normal militia, but I think they cost less. On the other hand, this can cause some instability. I'm actually... Let me see. Castine region. Fort Laval. Portsmouth region. Do we risk it? Let's risk it. Last time I went against it, but I think I'm gonna go for it right now. We're gonna speed it up. Okay, these guys almost recovered in Boston. It's the time to pay for stuff as well. Do we upgrade this one? It's a lot of money. We kind of don't have that money. Let's see how big of a change will be Monday. We have 10,000. We want to be able to always pay for our army. We cannot go broke. Really? Like, are we losing that much money? I cannot believe it. Come on. Oh, okay. It took some time. We're actually good 10,000. So we could do something like this, or is there another way to make more money? Yeah, this should be better. Fort Laval. Montreal. Quebec. There's no other way. Yeah, we have to be upgrading this. Are we gonna give this some civilian muskets? Yeah, we could benefit from more money. Weaver shop, and we're gonna do the same thing here. And the same thing in Middleborough. If we get into financial trouble, we still have some things to sell, I believe. Before the next campaign opens up, it will be really nice to get, how do we call it, like additional supply regiments. At least 2 would be necessary, maybe even 3. Let me check. We are producing ammo for quite some time, and let's see what is happening. Construction material, iron is quite low, which is normal. Copper is 46. So by the time we get some solid cannons, we're gonna be able to use some copper that we have stored in. Horses are 151. The reason why we have more horses now is because we're capturing them from the British. Our horse production is minuscule. Coal is very high and wood is very high. But as we said, goods, we're still struggling for ammo. Hi Thomas. Yeah, you're right. The problem is that if you leave them in the open here, they're gonna attrition even more. It's better to do that during the battle sequence, because then they during the battle itself they will not attrition. But if you leave them in the open in the winter, they're gonna attrition even more. Here we have a slight issue, so we're gonna have you guys go to Castine, because this fort is not able to support more men. Thomas, how was your day, man? Did anything interesting happen to you? Economic warfare. British agents engage in economic sabotage, aiming to damage American trade and industry. They might damage or sabotage production facilities, causing economic hardship for the colonies. Increase funding for the intelligence department to reduce the probability of British sabotage missions being successful. Unfortunately, we are broke, or almost broke, so we cannot afford to pay more money. Oh, here we can build something. I'm gonna go with Weaver's house. And here, oh, we can get for a trade. That's really greedy. We need to get something for loyalty. Loyalty's dropping. If we face rebellions, that would be terrible. There's a war. Iroquois and Cherokee. We're gonna pay for this. And I think I'm gonna sell, finally, those ships that we have. They probably are not expensive. I'm gonna sell, but regardless, we're not gonna use them. And also cannons. We have a shitload of cannons, different calibers, naval guns. Or maybe I already sold some of them. Damn it. But still, we have like 9,000. We can also sell some raw materials if we need to, but I don't feel like we're obligated to do so right now. We should probably build one in Hartford. Paw Patrol. Damn. Yeah, I know kids love that. We can do this one in Falmouth. How about here? Like, nothing special with this one. Infrastructure in Middleborough. I don't think we can manage. It would be really good to get some extra money. But there's already construction being yeah, underway. I'm not gonna bother. But we are investing in infrastructure. You can see that we have about 90 raw materials. You can build raw materials. You can build them up by building a lumber mill. Or you can go here and you can build some mines. Mines will also increase your materials report. They will just give you more materials to work with. So keep that in mind. And I cannot really wait to get some actual skirmish guns for these guys. Okay, Spain is in war. Poison well. British operatives contaminate water sources near American military camps, causing illnesses and weakening the soldiers' health and morale. This slows down American military operations and forces them to divert resources to care for the sick. Increase funding for the intelligence department to reduce the probability of British sabotage missions being successful. As I said, we have no money right now, and we're just building up our economy. Just checking if there is anything we can do. I would love to get an officer here. The problem is the price. Like, we're already paying a lot of money to different kinds of officers. This one can go up next day. In Middleborough. Let's just speed it up. There's nothing else we can do. It's the most boring part of the campaign. We're just waiting up for the other section to open up. And I would like to get some more troops to like northwest and northeast, as was suggested before. The problem is that we would not have money to pay them right now. If we had more troops, we will have serious issues with our financial status. And now we're using the little money that we have for expanding our economy, investing in infrastructure. I don't like giving up copper. Copper is very difficult to obtain. It's the most scarce of all the resources. But some people reported before that they were in war with France, so I'm not going to risk anything. Even though I do not want to see them as my allies, I just don't want to risk potential war with France. How bad are the things with provisions, though? Yeah, we're not gonna raise any tensions with people, especially not with the natives. We're slowly getting more money. And our job is just to scroll left and right and look for things to upgrade. We could go for Weaver's House. We could upgrade this one as well. We could do something here, but I'm not sure if it's gonna pay off. Let's go with a church. Yeah, we can accept that. 37 tensions, they're not bad. Things gonna get much worse with the natives as we the map opens up and we start pushing into the west, into their own territory. This is where they're gonna start to hate us. Moores Creek Bridge, Revolutionary Drive, the loyalists from Moores Creek Bridge, North Carolina. The victory of the North Carolina Provincial Militia Force marked a decisive turning point of the Revolution in North Carolina. We do understand that. It's a good piece of information. Come on, come on. Okay, it should be better here, but we're not gonna stop there. Donations. Yeah, we're gonna give them whatever they ask for. I think we should go for printing press. Even though we could benefit from more money, but as of now, let me check also construction. What can we do? You also have to take into consideration the construction points in these areas. The problem is that they're usually very low. We're getting a lot of construction material. We're gonna put some money on the line here. But we have to stop. I do not know how good the Charleville 77s are. Do you guys know? I have no idea. I think I never used them before. Like, there is 66, but 77? No. There's also 76 Brown Bess, but you cannot get them in the game. Maybe as British, you could research them later in the British campaign. Would be interesting to see. But because we are short on money, I'm not going to accept it. We could test it a bit later. If the same event pops off, we can test it. Yeah, you're right. But the direct support came from the French. We're going to get 16 Galloper guns. And Brown Besses, and we're going to get some extra ammo. This is really good. How many Brown Besses do we have? About 3,000. About 3,000. This is something that I will usually not show. If this was an actual video, I will skip this section. Just play it by myself. There is a war with French. Okay. I think we should get a printing press here. Nothing else is that important in Fort Montgomery. But as the map opens up, this will be part of New York. And should not be as bad, I believe. Damn it, we are struggling for provisions. It's pretty evident that we have no supplies, no provisions now. Let's pay for this one. In Falmouth, I'm gonna wait. We're gonna wait for the end of March, and then we're gonna try to take everything here. We're gonna be greedy. But here we can also do some additional construction. Let's go for merchant stalls, but we could also benefit from printing press. What do we go for? Well, let's go with printing press. No, we're already having this one here. Whenever they share the same region, yeah, we're gonna go for merchant stall. The reason for it, first, we were prioritizing economy. This was built by the AI. Carpenter shops, merchant stalls, and weaver's shops, it's something about the money. It's all about the money. And there is a chance that we might not be able to hold onto them. Regional warehouse in the Fort Rice. It's a terrible place for a warehouse. We cannot do it. We have no slots. Yeah, I'm afraid that I might not be able to hold on to them. right now. A bit later, yes, but right now, no. So we're trying to squeeze as much money and resources as we can from Canadian provinces. Do we have provisions here? We do have some provisions. We're gonna go with this one. Fort Frank, Halifax. Oh, we have a technology resource. Oh, we're gonna pay for this one. And here, what should we do? We go for a supply house. That's interesting. Production cost is also interesting one, but it's 109 days to research. Which one do we choose? Not quite sure. Let's go for this one. It's the quickest one. Let me check. Nothing else. Let's keep it up. Maybe after March 15th, things will get better with weather. And we're not going to have problems with snow. Maybe we can do something. This is very expensive. Fusiliers. Yay! You can now create regular infantry regiments with Fusilier companies. Additional projects can be researched to unlock more company types for your infantry. Regiments such as skirmishers, artillery, elite infantry, howitzers, mortars, and supply units. A regiment with a good mix of company types is more efficient in battle than a regiment containing one type of companies. We can agree on this. We can agree for sure. In New Haven, we can also build a granary. We can do something about this one. But what do we research now? I think we're going to go for this one. Continental Army Doctrines. Because we're going to get +5 army limit, which is something that we need. We only have 5 more regiments to recruit. We also going to get -5 reputation cost. Whenever we pay for something using our reputation, it will be cheaper. And we're going to get 1 more general limit. Sometimes be careful. You can have multiple generals here in stock, but you don't have you have to unlock the limit for your general to be able to feel like 3 generals instead of 2 now. So we're going to go for Continental Army Doctrine. And then we might go for a fort, or we might go for a dragoons. We will see. 47 days for brown besses to be produced. I think that we are lacking behind when it comes to factories. So I'm going to try to build up some factories here. But this will be really good to have some mines. How about in Northern Canada? Let's speed it up. We have a ship. We're not going to be paying for it. No way. Let's continue to speed it up. Don't worry, Thomas. Don't worry, man. Your English is not broken. Like, I can understand you quite well. Yeah, like, there's a way. I think they nerfed a lot of privateering that was very popular before. Or the problem is now that I made a tutorial about it before, economic tutorial, but it's a bit outdated by this time, and I probably should work on a new one. You can manufacture things and sell them, but the more things you sell, the prices will go down. So if we're producing brown besses and we're selling them, after some time, after like a month, we're gonna be earning like half of the money that we're earning for a single brown bess, just because we're selling so many of them. And the more of them are on the market, the price will be lower and lower for your products. The same is with ships. Like, you can produce some ships and you can sell them. If you're not bored of like babysitting your production, you can make some money, but this will come at a price later. You can start losing money with your ships being produced, or pretty much anything else. So it's an issue. Have a bunch of construction, and we're not gonna pay for it. Let me check once again. I think I'm gonna go with carpenter shop. How about supply network? Okay, we're getting something to Quebec. British have no supplies, so they should be like literally goners. They should be dying out of hunger by this time. But we're also very, very close to that point. These guys are struggling for provisions. Damn. This is something that happens during the first winter. We did not have enough resources. First winter is always the most difficult one, as we said, because you don't have sufficient money or construction material to invest into food supply, your provisions. Come on, just a little bit more. Just a few more days. Hi, guys. Feel free to say hello. Ask any questions about the game, if you have them. I will do my best to give you some answers. As long as I know them, you're gonna get them. Let's go for this one. And we're gonna do this in Fort Saratoga. Fort Montgomery. Situation is quite bad. Like, when does the winter end here? Is it in April? These guys are out of provisions. But are we gonna start attritioning now? When does the winter end? This winter never ends. And now we could not even get any... we could not get anything here. The reason is we have no provisions. If we try to recruit, like... Oh, actually... We cannot get anything else, so... Damn it, we cannot get any more regiments. We're gonna do this, that. We're gonna spend all of our money to get more. I was thinking like it was 27 out of 32, but actually it's 32 out of 27. Finally, the winter is subsiding. And we could hopefully get some provisions back. Finally. Now we could be on the move. Just gonna wait a bit longer. We're gonna build another mine here, just because this is the most precious province regarding mines. We have iron, we have wood, and we have what the hell is this? I forgot for a second. We have copper. Copper is only used for cannon production, nothing else. We're gonna accept it. We're gonna sell it. We're gonna make some money out of it. I think it's the time. Civilian muskets. Newport. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna do that one. We really have no provisions here still? Yeah, but we have to wait for... Is this a joke? And not enough provisions again. But where are those enemies? That's a big question. Actually, I made a big mistake. Now I remembered. What I should have done here is to kind of lower salaries because we're not gonna fight. Like 14 would be okay. We have to be patient. These guys are still not getting any provisions. You can see here. Let's check. This guy's bringing provisions. Where is this? In New York. We can take it. Oh, actually, they're taking provisions somewhere else. That's funny. We're dying out of hunger here, and they're taking provisions elsewhere. To Salem. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It's very, very slow. I was hoping we could get more provisions. But seems like that's not the case. How big of a difference it is? Oh yeah, it's a few thousand big. It's a big difference. Finally, we got some provisions here. Wealth of Nations. Scottish economist Adam Smith published The Wealth of Nations in London, offering one of the world's first collected descriptions of what builds nations' wealth and touching upon such a broad topic as division of labor, productivity, and free markets. I actually read this book in the original. It's a really good book. Even today, I recommend you guys to read it if you're interested in economy. Come on. Give us some more supplies. Should we just go regardless of the situation? Nah, we gotta keep ourselves safe. We gotta get some more recruits. Now we are in a big problem. First of all, if we take this, we can easily take these 3 settlements. There's nothing they can do about it. But we might see the wrath of the king. As we said, we're gonna see like a few thousand men invading from the east. We're gonna see some men in Quebec, in Montreal. This could be a big problem. Because in Quebec, we still have major forces. But in Montreal, we're kind of lacking. And we cannot get any additional regiments, even though we could... Now we could pay for it, but we cannot get any additional regiments. So this is what is my concern about. We're gonna get some provisions, but if we don't get army size increase, we cannot do much. Let me check on this one. Spend reputation points. I don't think it's worth it. But with this one, it is. Usually, I would recommend going for Commander-in-Chief, reputation points, and Chief Engineer, because they have the best improvements you can have. Also, you can, before the overhaul patch, you could spend all of your points to just get a technology straight out. Like, it takes 80 turns, it doesn't matter. You pay 80 points and... you have the technology. Now they kind of made it more strategic that you can only get it after 20 days are left. The reason why we're researching this one is because it's of course good to have brown besses, but also because it's unlocking the next research right now. But now big question is, do we go for Spanish 55s? If we compare the damage, it's like 1.8 to 2.4. Here is come on, show it. 1.8, 2.2. So Spanish has bigger damage but 10, 60, 11. This one is 1065, 10.8. We can say that Brown Best 69s have the better reload time, and they have slightly better melee, but Spanish 55 has higher damage. So, it's probably a bit better gun, and French 66 is probably even better. 1.9, 2.3. It's a good gun, but I don't think the difference is so big. So we gotta probably go for Hunter Rifle. And then we can go for Dragoon Carabine. Or we can go here. This is also really important for our finances. We can make a lot of money. But I think I'm gonna go for Hunter Rifle regardless. We're still not getting a lot of supplies. Things are slowly beginning to get better. But it seems like our supply situation is still terrible. We're saving up a lot of money now. If I was smarter, like, I would do a better job. And I would reduce the salaries even, like, a few months ago. We could have saved, like, I don't know, 10, like a 30,000 US dollars by now. But I did not think. And this is why it's more difficult when you stream and you kind of try to speak with people and you don't have as much time to think. When you play like 1 hour or something like that, it's much better to stay organized. I think we're gonna go to counterintelligence, or for counterintelligence. This one is also really good. So let's go for this one. My goal is to get to newspapers and cathedrals. If you have newspapers and cathedrals everywhere, you can ramp up taxes with no worries. And you can make a lot of money. People still gonna love you. Very low supplies. We could actually get you out. In Castine... I think we can accept it. You can go to Castine. But there are no provisions in Castine. We're gonna go with lumber mill. Just to increase the material report. We are getting over 100 per week. And we're gonna be researching mortars. As I promised, like, I really do not value howitzers. I do not know how you guys feel about howitzers, and if you tested them. Whenever I use them in custom battles, I was not impressed with howitzers. Really. One of their benefits is that they do have canister rounds. They can be really good at close range, but it takes forever to research. I feel like mortars are better, just because they scare the enemies away. Let's see the damage, though. Yeah, mortars do more damage with their rounds. Although mortars have much shorter range. Something to keep in mind. But the benefit of mortars is that basically you can keep your mortars safe behind your infantry. And they can pepper down the enemy. Well, with your cannons, they usually get charged and fired upon all the time. So you lose your cannons very quickly. So this is basically why I prefer mortars over everything else. Nah, I like my money. I like my money. But provisions are god-awful. Come on, anything. Can we upgrade anything? No, really? It's April. And we still cannot get any... Okay, now we're getting some provisions here. There's nothing in Providence. In Hartford, only 5. Okay. John Joshko. Chief Engineer. Come on, no! He was a really good guy. Come on. This will slow us down quite a bit. It will be difficult to replace the guy. Which one do we go for? Maybe this one. 75-35 and very stable other ones. 55-55. Also interesting. 3100. Let's go with this one. It will be 110 days, but if we replace him with 98 days, so this one is better. How about here? I bet we can find a better naval officer. 45-11, 43-34, 34-42, 39-42. In your last campaign, I was really surprised how effective the mortars have been. Yeah, they're goddamn amazing. The thing is, like, you capture the you take the AA in such a position that your mortars are always firing, and they have like area of effect. So whenever they try to charge, they get fired upon by your mortars, by your line infantry. They flee, they come back, they flee again. So it's like really OP. If you want to preserve your army, especially in higher difficulties, I strongly recommend using mortars. As of now, they might nerf them in the future. I don't know. but I strongly recommend using them. And we're gonna do something. We have already some mortars in our possession, so let's slow it down. We're gonna change things up. We're gonna go for mortar companies. We can get 3 of them. It doesn't matter to get skirmishers. Like, skirmishers are good only if you have guns for them, but we currently do not. So, no need to bother. And we can get 1 more with these guys. 2nd Connecticut will be improved with a mortar unit. And now we can speed it up. Once again, mortars are really good when you're defending the fort, when you're attacking the fort. Like, they're always good. The only problem with the 8-inch mortars is that they're really short-ranged. You have to come very close to the enemy. But this is a balancing issue. Like, if they have long range, then like what is stopping them from destroying everything? I think the tax office could be good here. In Newport, we're getting something. We're gonna get... probably blacksmith. We're gonna need more production, but I also need to do something. I completely forgot about the research we just made. Oh, we have a heck of a lot of ammo. It's not a problem anymore. We're gonna go to muskets. We're gonna go to brown besses. Oh, I'm not sure if you guys can actually see the stream. It seems like it froze. Oh. It's actually here. Sorry. I got scared for a second that my stream is frozen. We're going to go for brown besses. We're just going to go to continuous production. And we're going to apply. You can see that they are more expensive to produce than civilian muskets. You are required 0.02 iron per musket. Well, here it's only 0.1. It's not a huge difference, but they are also much more expensive if you see this one. 4.3 versus $2 per musket. So production price is higher. You can also get short brown best 69s. The thing is, we have no cavalry right now. And it can only be used for cavalry. So we're going to go with this one. And we're going to go a bit higher to prioritize the 69s. We only have 12 production points, and you can also limit this. Like, if you want to balance production, you can do something like this. But I'm gonna expand, and I'm gonna do something else while we wait. Now, we're gonna be upgrading our guys. We're gonna give them brown besses. We have to be careful when it comes to brown besses in their production and everything, because we currently are not able to produce big enough numbers to equip all of our troops. But the ones that are very important, we can. The ones that are in a garrison duty, they're, you know, not a big deal. We're gonna give them also brown besses. How about here? We're gonna do the same. Oh, that's cool. Did we get some? I think that some things were constructed. We're gonna check. Yeah, we're gonna continue with provision production. We need more food. We're gonna make sure that next winter we are not having similar issues. Still cannot recover with provisions. That's a disaster. Disaster of a class. We don't care much about this one. Although we could do something for you here. Let me check. 1 fur. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna get another construction officer. Let's find somebody that can potentially do a good job. Yeah, it's the same guy. This guy's good. 14 days. Only 1 day, so we gotta wait. Like I like cavalry, but they're very sensitive. Like you can easily lose your cav if you're not careful. Also, a big issue is their stamina. If they're out of stamina, they're done. They're not gonna do anything. So they're good for skirmishers, but even like sometimes chasing after enemy skirmishers is difficult because they tend to run away, and also you're losing your stamina, and you find yourself in a situation where your dragoons are just standing there eating enemy fire because they cannot move. They're good if you can charge them in the back of the line infantry. They're good if you can charge them into enemy skirmishers where they cannot flee, into enemy cannons as well. So they have their own purpose on the battlefield. But yeah, you're right. They're very expensive. Horses are very expensive as well. We have 50,000. Rhode Island, Middleborough. Let's do this upgrade. We're gonna go for this one. Kingston, Montgomery. Do we need a church? I think we should. We should build one. Because of Saratoga as well. In Bennington, we could get this one. Let's pay for additional construction. You can do it, my friend. We have the money to afford it. Before that, we did not have enough. We're gonna give them whatever. Weaver's house. Or should we talk about loyalty issues? Which one do we choose for? We go for, pardon me. We already did printing press here in Chamberlain, so I'm gonna go for this one. We gonna get church. We finally can afford some of the upgrades, as we mentioned before. And Castine. Construction again. Get a recruit. Misclicked. We're going for textile mill. Continental Army doctrines. This will be in 32 days. It's kind of odd that we are struggling so much with provisions. I don't remember this happening before. I'm not sure if you guys had such similar problems. I think it wasn't so bad. Like, it was bad during the winter, and I ran out of food, I remember, in the previous session. But I think it was that bad. Or this bad. In Leicester, We're gonna build the granary. Nah, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna make sure that we get more money. We are greedy, but hopefully this will pay off a bit later. We're getting into trouble with some of the natives. That's not too terrible. We're gonna go for this one. We need more. We need a bigger army. What is happening here? We're actually losing some reputation because of deserters. This is probably because we have no provisions and we're paying them less. Intelligence cost and weather attrition. Yeah. Or this one. Material procurement. I think that's better. Do you play supremacy? No, what is supremacy? Oh, actually, we can do something about provisions. Give me a sec. We're gonna go to colonies management. Yep. And we're gonna do something about it. Where can we see food production? We're gonna go for provisions everywhere. It's gonna cost us, but we need some provisions. We're gonna wait with increasing taxes. We're gonna do this in Boston. We're gonna give you whatever you need. You're probably gonna need church here, regardless of the situation. We're gonna go with granary. Economic warfare is the same thing as before. We're gonna have granary in Hartford. And New Haven will probably be a place for a church. And then probably a printing press. Because Hartford will always be problematic. We can upgrade this one. And let's pay for this. In Montreal, let's do this one. And we're gonna give them some ammo. As long as they're friendly with us, we don't care what exactly they do. We could get recruiting house. Montreal would be a good place to recruit some troops, potentially. We should be getting more stuff here. Protect Fort Halifax. In the heart of the American Revolution, Fort Halifax stands as a bastion of patriot resistance. As a valiant defender, your mission is to fortify the town against an imminent British Empire attack, strategize defenses, rally local militias, and outmaneuver the approaching enemy forces to ensure the flames of liberty continue to burn bright in the face of adversity. 58 days. Are they really gonna go for it? I think we should get more and more. Let me check here. We can go for some loyalty, like a church. Church would be good. We are spending a lot of time now doing nothing, and it's May already, late May. Will be June soon, so we should be able to get some provisions finally, because we include all the new doctrines are included. So things should finally get better. Grain mill. How about here? We probably should go for granary. Cherokee. We lost some support with them, but okay. We're not in a bad place. Things are getting better here. We're gonna be paying for... let's go for a printing press. Merchant stole and Weaver's house. Printing press here. Thank you very much, natives. We appreciate your love and support. We're getting some more textiles. Merchant stole. We can pay for this one. We can get printing press. Okay, ammo, 3-pounders, Charleville 66. This is famous French aid. Yeah, I don't think that we're gonna be doing here much. We're gonna stay whereas we are. Probably because Continental Army Doctrine. Yeah, let's get this one. Just because we cannot get new regiments anywhere. This is now interesting. We're gonna get 3rd Commander, but what do we do with our... Should we go for Dragoons? Should we go for infantry training? It's also really cool. We can go for offensive strategy and tactics. It will give us 10% campaign move speed, minus 5% desertion, and minus 5% weather attrition. This one is really cool. Or we can go for forts. And we said that forts are expensive. They're difficult to build. They take a heck of a lot of time. But we can get some construction points at forts with this. And also we could get you get safer borders. Like to the north, northeast, west. We're going to have some serious issues with British. So maybe this will be a way to go. What do we go for? Dragoons are also very attractive. Actually, let's go for this one. As the map is opening up, we're going to have more and more issues covering the ground with our limited army. And we're going to get 2 regiments in Hartford. What the hell? 8,000 men? When I last saw it, it was like 15,000 or something. Let's go for an infantry regiment. We're gonna take you guys. And of course take Brown Besses. If we go for mortars, we have no mortars available. How about guns? 4-pounder. It's a bad one. But let's get it nevertheless. And in New Haven, I think we're gonna do the same. This also sucks. I wish, like, if I click here, that they're gonna wait for me next time when I choose a new company. It will be here as Brown Best, but we're gonna go like this. It's just easier to do this, and then just switch it a bit later. And we're gonna give you artillery. We're gonna give you 4-pounders. Yes, create. And now we click here. We do this. Let's apply. And we did not give them endurance course. We're gonna go for it. And you guys gonna have the same. Let's check production real quick as well. We're getting better with our factories, but only 14. That's not sufficient. We're getting about 40 Brown Besses per day. We have 2,500 civilian muskets. Yeah, we're not in a bad spot, I think. We're gonna get some more food, more provisions. We're gonna get some factories over here. But nothing else can be upgraded, so we have to wait. We're gonna have printing press here. And here we're gonna have what exactly? A granary? Like, I'm not sure how good is the production here. It's not really agricultural area. So we're gonna go for stable. "22 days." We can go for printing press. Anything interesting in Montreal? Recruiting house. Oh, I thought we crashed for a second. We can get some support in USA, so it's like a faction-wide support, maybe. Leicester, we're finally getting some provisions there. We can upgrade this one. In Hartford, grain mill will be upgraded as well. There is literally nothing much we can do here. There are chances that we will have to fight a major naval invasion by the enemies. Before... would they do this, like... Are they planning any kind of attack on Fort Halifax? Because I don't think so. We're gonna give these guys proper guns, Brown Besses. Let me check. How about you guys? Yeah. Everything is cool. Let's slowly continue to develop. But we have no provisions. And regardless of the doctrines that we have introduced, like everywhere is a provisional doctrine. But I still do not understand why we're struggling so much. I think that we should do this. We might get some earlier assistance from the Spanish. How about we do this one? And in Salem, Portsmouth... we can analyze our income. We have almost 12,000 taxes, almost 2,000. We sell $15,000 worth of goods. Salaries over 7.5. Spy network missions, construction. Let's go for this one. This will increase our production capacity. Oh. Fur, that is a must. And probably Weaver's house. That should be it. In Montreal, we can go for a stable. Andrew Kościuszko. This is a Polish revolutionary. The Polish-Lithuanian military engineer, Andrew Tadeusz Bonaventure Kościuszko, sailed for America to take part in the American Revolutionary War as a colonel in the Continental Army, an accomplished military architect. He will help in the design and construction of state-of-the-art fortifications. Yeah, a very famous guy. And we are getting invasion warnings. This was to be expected. Let me check. Again, nothing to construct. Leicester. We're gonna get that. We're gonna do something over here as well. I think that blacksmith's house would be cool. Need a bit more production. Probably 69s. Nah. We are suckers. I think we have a lot of construction material. I think we should be building more. But blacksmith could always be helpful. Horse pasture. Let me check. Iroquois. Pensions are not really high, but they're gonna get worse and worse over time. So we're gonna do this one. For sure, we're gonna pay for this. Thank you so much, guys. We're gonna sell whatever you send us. We're gonna have a warehouse as well. What did we have here? We have church. So we're gonna have printing press. And now is the time to get serious. Let's see how many men we can master before enemies arrive. It's Boston, 2000, 2000 here in Providence and Leicester. And we can get a lot of men though. Maybe about 8,000. We just need to see where the invasion will come from. And probably it's better to be scattered like this. We're gonna send maybe 2 of these guys, 2 regiments into Newport. And the rest of these guys into Hartford. At least that's the idea. This could be a problem. Falmouth, it's a really bad position. I don't think we can get far. Maybe we can allow enemies to take Portsmouth as well. It's usually good if you can master all of your troops in one place when enemies are landing and you can force a major battle to defeat them. That means that they have nowhere to run. If you defeat them there, they're goners completely. But if you defeat them like this, they still will have where to run and could create a lot of trouble for us. They might get some crazy ideas to go for Fort Halifax as well. So what I'm going to do here... We're going to get these guys out for sure. You guys going to go to Fort George. You guys gonna go to Fort George. We have no troops here, so we might allow them to get Falmouth or something like that. Here we can get militia regiment, just to stop them from entering Fort Lovell. Do we have any militia here? Maybe we can send some guys from Burlington. Yeah, we're gonna send them to Fort Lovell. We're gonna get another regiment here. We need to prepare. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for 4-pounders as well. Let's create it. We're gonna make sure we give you all the weapons you need. We're gonna stick to brown besses for the time being. And we're gonna get another unit in. What kind of guns are you missing? Okay, there are not enough mortars. I understand that. Let's get another infantry regiment here. We're gonna give you this guy. And then we're gonna go for artillery. 4-pounders. Yes, sir. We're gonna do the same thing again. Misclicking. We will move these guys to Salem, and guys from Boston as well. They will go to Salem. Guys from Leicester will join them. These guys are already ready. You can come to Leicester. It's not that big of an army. Come on, guys. Reinforce Fort George. We want to make sure they cannot move here. Middleborough, Providence. We can get something like... Let's get a church here. No, we're gonna get the printing press because we already have a church in the next one. We're gonna pay for this. In Albany, though, like, we're gonna turn it off. Not gonna be paying for everything. That's way too expensive. Yeah, their landings are here. As we said, hopefully they're gonna go to Portsmouth. Guys, are you moving? Are you like... Okay. We really need you here. I expect them to come to Portsmouth. And you guys gonna get out. Damn it. We're having way too many men here. We're getting finally some hunter rifles, so these guys could be replenished finally. And we're gonna take a couple of guys and make them go to Boston because we're overcrowding Salem. We're gonna take some attrition unnecessarily. We could go for hunter rifle. And we forgot about Horatio Gates. He is somewhere in Quebec. What the hell are you doing in Quebec? Own speed. Command radius. We're gonna go with own speed. He will be our firefighter. You can go to actually Fort St. Chamberlain. Reputation costs -10. Well. And now, guys, we have an option to go for Spanish 55s or to go for carbines. I think that carbines are better. And then we can go for Pennsylvania rifles. But we shall see about that. We need to increase our salary. Almost 12,000. And it was like 7,000. So we're going to pay a heck of a lot more money. But we have some money in the treasury. Morale is getting better. I'm not sure we should wait for the next week, or we can now get the next day. We're gonna get some morale increases. We can go for this one for sure. And we can go to production. We're gonna go for muskets and finally get that hunter rifle. It will decrease some of the brown best production. You can see that hunter rifles or skirmish rifles are very difficult to obtain. So maybe we're gonna get 4 per day. We need more production. We need more factories. Let me check once again if we can do something about it. Not a good place for a factory. But we need provisions. Let's move with a normal speed. You guys gonna become a single brigade. These guys gonna also be a single brigade. You're gonna move up. And everybody from Boston, we can give you... Yeah, we're preparing slowly for the invasion of New York. We're gonna join the brigade, and we're gonna do the same here. You guys gonna slowly move up. I would get an additional supply regiment, but what's the point when we have no supplies? It's more of a meme joke. How big of an army you have? We have 9,000. This should be enough to deal with the Falmouth garrison. for Frederick. Montreal, we're gonna go for a granary, I guess. Come on, guys. Move up. Finally some action after a very, very long time. A few hours of literally doing nothing. And now we're going to have cramped action. How bad is it here? These guys could also come in support. We're going to thank you very much, guys. Morale is okay. Let's move up slowly. Not to spook the enemy. And maybe you guys could also come to help us from the other direction. We probably do not need assistance. We have enough men. You guys gonna move up. Things are getting worse. We take a volley. Yeah. They have no cav, which is good. But they have like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 batteries. How about we wait for these guys to get in position? Yeah. This could cost us some, but... Did anything change? Let's engage here. Hand-to-hand combat. Oh yeah, we're getting them now as reinforcements. Now it's better. Finally, some action. Give me a second, guys. Be right back. Sorry about that. I just wanted to check my phone real quick. So we are here, and we're really well grouped. They're probably gonna come after us, but they have cannons. We have some mortars, and our reinforcement is gonna come from this side, including their reinforcements. So let's see what we can do. It's a massive army. They are here indeed. How about the terrain? We're gonna keep our mortar companies behind our front lines so they can harass the enemy as they come close. Another one can go there. Another one can move on this side, so we can always cover a bit of ground with our mortars. Our cannons on the other side, they will be forced to stand in front. It feels like it's a bad terrain here. It's like a hilly terrain on this side. These guys gonna move up here. sometimes it's very difficult to play an offensive role in the major battle. I was criticized before for not playing more aggressive. The problem is with this type of battle is that just there are too many men here on the battlefield. We're gonna have these guys to our left flank. We're gonna also have some additional... I'm gonna send some other guys in the center maybe. Or we can go to the flank. As I said before, it's very difficult to play aggressive with this type of battle just because it's very difficult to control your massive army. It's easier to defend than to attack. Let's start. Our guys are exhausted, but it doesn't matter. We're not gonna move much. Just gonna push our cannons forward. We're gonna have these guys on top of a hill here, and you could probably go there as well. Gonna take that hilly position. This will save us from enemy artillery and also would give us some benefits. You guys can actually join the formation. We're gonna push you guys a bit more and we're gonna take that hill as we said before. We have a lot of reserves here. Where's George Washington? We need you on this side. Let's spread our skirmishers here, and let's also make sure that we have a proper flanking force on this side. You guys gonna go and help in. We're gonna spread out here. We're gonna have you guys in a position as well. There will be some fighting here, that's for sure. Hopefully our cannons can use canister. Maybe you can go on that side. Push up. We're gonna have you there. We're gonna have these guys form a line. Maybe not the best angle. But it is fine. Our mortar is firing already, and we are being charged with this flank, and our guys are exhausted, so it's a bad idea. Can we try to fall back? Fall back, boys. Fall back. Yeah, we're gonna try to reposition. Let's do this. You guys gonna go there. You're gonna hold. We're beating them up, but they're being very aggressive. What's happening on this flank? We do have numerical superiority, but they have 3 batteries on this side, even 4. We could feel very, very bad for not having cavalry. But it's unrealistic to get some cavalry at this point in time. You guys can maybe fall back slightly. We need to form the line. You can go there. Just reform. Make sure that our line can hold. George Washington should probably go to the left flank because our left flank is in some kind of danger. Let's put it that way. You guys gonna be our tactical reserve in the center. You guys gonna hold. Exhausted. I understand, but we still have to fight. Let's move a little bit closer to the enemy. This unit will hold. It will be difficult for them to hold against all of these guys. So you will go there. You gonna come even closer. Just need to hold until our reinforcements get into position. Can you please not try to shift? We're exposing our flank. We're being charged on this side. Should we charge them back? Ah, they got devastated. The question is, can we pressure them more? We might be able to, but I'm afraid of their cannons. George, move up. I'm afraid that we have another unit here that routed but came back from the dead. And now it's a zombie. Let's do that. These guys are running away. Really nice. Okay, these guys are having some issues. Probably because of... we have skirmishers here. Kind of have to fall back. Let's run back. Our mortars are doing a magnificent job in the center. You guys can actually fall back as well. This is why they decided to flee. Are these our losses? I hope not. It seems like they are, actually. That sucks. Okay. We're gonna lose a lot of cannons. With these guys, we're just gonna charge in and try to take whatever we can. This was very simple, though. Run. Now we can move forward. Because these guys are surrendering. Our mortars did only like 41 kill. That's not great. But as I said, it's not only about killing potential, it's also about scaring potential. Spooky. These guys are exhausted, but we shall continue to push. We lost a lot of cannons here because our guys spawned at the same time as the enemies. So this was pretty shitty. This is why we lost so many men. We destroyed their regiment, but it came at a high cost. These guys have like 300 kills. What a champs. But it seems like we'll have to charge these cannons. No other way. Come on, charge in! Charge! This will be bloody. There is no other choice, though. We have to push. We are not cowards. We can speed it up. Let's move up. I think we captured most of their cannons. Let's go back. We took quite some casualties. We lost 12 guns, which is not good. But I consider their army gone as well. Come on, chase after them. Do not let them escape. Some of them are surrendering. We don't care if he survives. As long as they don't have an army, not a problem. It's actually really good. We managed to pull it off. You guys gonna take Falmouth finally. And we're gonna go back. We need to resupply. But we also have to go to Fort Pownell. Unless we want to fall into the enemy hands. These guys gonna move forward. Hey! Like, what the hell? I've never seen this before. Them being so confused. Actually, they rebelled. Oh, boy. Uprising. Okay. Then we're gonna send these guys to deal with the uprising. But everybody else should just go home. We're gonna go to Hartford. You can actually go to Falmouth first. There was no need for this, but I made a mistake. I was scared. This one is on me for sure. You can actually stay in Fort Frank. We're gonna do this one in Falmouth. We have a lot of money though, so we should not be worrying too much. Should we get a church? Yeah, we're just gonna take Fort Pownell from the enemy, and that's it. We're not gonna take Limon or anything. I don't think it's safe. We're gonna go south. We're gonna lick our wounds. We're gonna try to recover as much as possible, and then these guys can stay where they are. You guys can go to Boston, actually. These guys will go to Hartford. We want to have sufficient time to prepare for that invasion. Because these gotta be huge invasions. Fort George could benefit from some additional upgrades. You're gonna get 2 guys here. We're gonna pay with reputation. Come on, guys, move up. I want to cut them off. They immediately surrendered. That is cool. We're gonna continue to the fort. Maybe take some of them brown besses. Just a little bit more. What kind of guns we're missing? Of course, we're missing mortars. We have potentially new general. And we could go for what? Yeah, we're going to go for this one. The unit provision is kind of bad. But we're going to get newspaper and then cathedral. This will help us have good loyalty. And also probably increase taxes a bit later. Not enough provisions. You guys gonna go south. And yeah, Boston is the destination. This is not really a major problem. We're gonna take this fort easily. At least I expect. You guys gonna go up. Gonna go straight, actually. You're gonna go at the front. And we're not even gonna fight. Should we get additional... Yeah, let's get some additional infantry. We can get those guys. We can get artillery and 6-pounders, finally. Yay! Hartford, maybe Newport would be a good place. Let's get another one. Because we do have the money. I'm not sure if we have enough hunter rifles for these guys. So we're gonna stay away from it. And artillery will also be 6-pounder. That's better. These guys can move to New Haven slowly. Only about 20 days until massive invasion of New York, so these guys gonna cross the river. And we're gonna go after those guys. Maybe we can charge them. Come on. There is no way they can win this, right? Yeah, finally we took it. They should be gone. We're gonna have these guys go down south. These guys gonna get inside of the fort, but we have way too many men. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna send 2 of these guys out. Fort George is not terrible. What do we do with you guys? Let's go there, I guess. You guys can go to Hartford. These guys here are getting into better shape. Brown Besses are needed. Let's apply, and let's also do something with these guys. We also need to give them Brown Besses. Just hope we have sufficient number of guns to supply all of our guys. Everything is okay in Salem. Millbro, we could do additional construction, and we should probably go with a church. Hatfield. Fort Rice, Fort Stevens. What kind of muskets? I think we're good. Believe we're fine. In Quebec, we can pay for more stuff. But I don't think we should be paying for this one anymore. We can chill. This will save us some money. We can go to Fort George. Connecticut. Yeah, it's starting now. We're gonna be paying more and more money to the events. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but okay. Whatever needs to be done. We're not doing great with specialists. Somewhat good, but not awesome. And we're gonna see these guys. Maybe we can give you some additional artillery. 4-pounders. They already have Brown Besses. How about you guys? You have Brown Besses. How about these ones? They do. Morgan rifles, of course. We're gonna have about I don't know, maybe even close to 10,000 men come the New York campaign. But we've been here for how, like, over 3 hours. And you guys are rather quiet, so I don't know. What if we call it a day here and leave the New York campaign for the next time? What do you guys think? Because it will be very, very long. I have to fight like 3 invasions of New York. The map will open up as well, so there will be a lot of things to take under your wing, and I don't know. Maybe this is the time to slow it down. I'm planning next stream to be on Friday. Civilian muskets. It's necessary to provide weapons for the militia to protect New York. Yeah, we're gonna pay for it. We literally have no provisions. And I really struggle to understand why we are lacking provisions. Let me check construction management again to see if we can do something. We can do something here, but nothing else. Well, guys, I believe we're gonna call it a day here. Indeed, you're getting tired, and I'm getting tired, and we are waiting the next part of the campaign. So maybe it will be the next time. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. You can always tell me what you think. If you think I should do something better, let me know. And, well, we gonna be fighting for New York next time we see each other. It will be on Friday evening. So, keep it up. Yeah. Bye-bye for now, guys. Thank you for watching.